community, he likes cooking. Yeah. We can't really say if he specialises in anything, but he likes to cook. He likes to cook. Right? He likes to cook, he likes cooking. But it's not just cooking, he's preparing food preparation. So we'll leave it as cooking. Right? But before you cook something, you have to prepare something. Prepare the meal that you're going to cook, to bake, to fry. So cooking is a job, all right? But for him, it's a hobby, an interest, because when he finishes cooking, he can eat his own food. Right? I hope it's delicious. But he knows how to prepare a meal, Me, I will go to 7-Eleven. Right? Like a 7-Eleven can cook for me. Ping! Right, I get my meal from 7-Eleven. Not all the time, but it's convenient. Convenience food. Yes. Right, so he's got a good interest, a good hobby. That's helpful. It's useful. If he wants to change his job, he has taught himself. Self-taught. He's helping himself to learn how to cook. No big books to look at. And yeah, cooking is quite interesting. It's quite interesting. But it's a job. It's a job. So if he doesn't like his job, he can say to his boss, I want to transfer from aircrew, from working in the aeroplane, I want to transfer into the, what do they call it now? The catering department, right? So food, flight attendant, he wants to be catering. Okay, so he's gone from flight up in the sky, now he's in the kitchen as a catering, as a caterer, as a cook, as a chef. Right, so you can transfer from air to being on the ground, being indoors. So he's got two job options. He can stay as a flight attendant, or he can transfer, right? Yeah, I'll put that word in. Transfer to the catering department. Because airlines, aircraft companies have got many jobs, different types of work. Transfer to the catering department. Right. That's why he might be doing this, to help himself transfer, get a new job. You want to get a new job? Yeah, but you study English. You're studying English, and it will help you for another or promotion, to get a higher promotion in your work. If you can study English, practice your English. Yeah, I like cooking as well. Right, now 1, 2, 3. The next one is two people, a pair, a couple. couple, a pair, two people. What do they do? What's their job? What is their job? Alright, what's their job? What's their job? What do they do? What do they do? They are guides. Yeah, guides. We usually say tourist industry. They're working for the tourist industry. So they could be tour guides. Tour guides for tourists. Tourists. Right. They are tour guides. They are tour guides. Interesting job. Interesting job. You need to learn another language. You cannot be a tour guide in Thailand if you only speak Thai. Tour guides are coming from Russia, to look after Russian tourists. The tour guides of Thailand, they don't speak Thai. They bring in Russian tourists into Thailand, and the tour guides don't speak Russian in Thailand. So Russians bring their own guides. But the Thais say, you can't stay in Thailand, you have to come as a tourist, and make it difficult for people. You just have to learn another language. Right? Russian? Can you speak Russian?
No.
Russian? Do you speak Russian? Do you know any Russian? Anything? Anything in Russian? What's yes in Russian? How do you say yes in Russian? Da. Da is yes. No is niet. Niet. Da, niet. A glass of beer, stakan piva. Please, пожалуйста. Stakan piva, пожалуйста. A glass of beer, right? Tassa chai, tassa coffee. Cup of coffee, cup of tea. Right. Why do I know Russian? Why should I learn Russian? Because it might be useful. It might be useful. So I tried to learn. As she was there, I was doing a job, and at night I used to read Russian, study Russian. Not for any job, just out of interest. It was like a hobby, an interest or a hobby. I don't do it anymore. But if I want to learn more Russian, I can go to Pattaya, Naklua. Naklua is full of Russians. The writing outside the hotel in English, and then writing in Russian underneath, and then Thai. So Thai is not first language in Naklua. Russian is. Russian church now, there's a big Russian church there. Big temple for Russians. Many Russian people there. And they all go and lie on the beach. Just bringing money into Thailand. But Russians probably speak a bit, Nit Thai. They speak English. English is taught in Russia, in the school, so they've got Russian, English and some Thai. So if you know a bit of languages, not much, you can communicate, So these guides, we don't know which country they're in. old castle there. There's an old castle, right? An old castle. It might be French or German castle in the background, right? So, but these two people, they look like they might be Americans. And Americans are not very good at foreign languages. Americans are not very linguistic. So they will have to speak to them they'll have to learn English. So it's an important thing to learn a language that's going to be useful to you. Useful. So if you're going to be working with Russian people, you have to speak some Russian. Now, they're working as tour guides, right? They are tour guides. Now, when they're not working, free time, off duty, yeah, their duty. It's a duty when you're a tour guide. A duty. You have to be responsible to look after people. A tour guide has to know another language, or two, or three. So they are tour guides. So when they finish, what do they like to do? What are they doing? Alright, on duty. Alright, off duty, not working, relaxing, free time. They
like to dance.
Yeah, good. They like to go disco dancing, alright, we'll put the name, disco. They like to go disco dancing. So, disco, you can dance, disco, you can listen to the music, you can sit down at the disco, you don't have to dance, right? So they like to go disco dancing. Alright, they're in their free time, they're not working, they're leisure.